The 5 psychological money traps. Keeping men broke. You work 40 hours a week just to end up with $20 in your bank account on Sunday, and it is not because your boss is cheap, it is because your own brain is sabotaging your wallet. Most men think being broke is a math problem, but I am going to show you why it is actually a psychological glitch that is wired into your head. Think about the last time you bought something you knew you could not afford. Maybe it was a pair of sneakers, a new watch, or even just a round of drinks for the guys at the bar. You felt like a king for about 10 minutes, and then the pit in your stomach came back when you saw the notification from your banking app. We have all been there. But what if I told you that there are 5 specific traps that are designed to keep you in that cycle of stress and empty pockets? These traps are invisible, they are quiet, and they are probably the reason you are struggling to get ahead, even though you are working your tail off. By the end of this video, you're going to see exactly how your mind is tricking you into staying poor, and more importantly, how to break those habits before they ruin your future. The first trap is something I call the status game. This is the biggest reason why men who make $60,000 a year still live paycheck to paycheck. It is the deep lizard brain need to look like you're winning even when you're losing. We are social creatures. Since the beginning of time, men have wanted to show that they are the provider, the leader, and the guy who has it all figured out. In the modern world, we do not show that by hunting a big animal. We show it by driving a truck that has a monthly payment bigger than our rent, or by wearing a watch that costs 3 months of salary. The problem is that you are spending money you have not earned yet to buy things you do not need to impress people you do not even like. Think about that guy you see on Instagram. He is posing in front of a private jet or a sports car. You feel a little sting of jealousy, right? That sting is the trap closing on you. You think that if you just had that one cool item, you would finally be respected. But true wealth is what you do not see. It is the money in the bank that gives you freedom. When you buy that expensive car on a 5-year loan, you are not buying a car, you are buying a cage. You are now forced to work a job you might hate just to pay for a hunk of metal that loses value every time you drive it to the grocery store. Most men are so busy trying to look rich that they never actually have the time or money to become rich. The second trap is the sunk cost fallacy, and this one keeps men stuck in bad situations for years. This happens when you keep putting money or time into something just because you have already put a lot into it. Imagine you bought an old car for $5,000. 2 months later, the transmission goes out and costs $2,000 to fix. Then the brakes go. Then the engine starts making a weird clicking sound. Most guys will say, "Well, I already spent $7,000 on this thing. I might as well keep fixing it." That is the trap. The money you already spent is gone. It is sunk. Whether you spend more or not, you are never getting that initial $7,000 back. Men do this with their careers all the time. You might have spent 4 years getting a degree in a field you now realize pays nothing and makes you miserable. Instead of switching paths, you stay for another 10 years because you do not want those 4 years to go to waste. You are throwing good years after bad years. It is like staying in a movie that you hate just because you already paid for the ticket. You are losing your time and your money at the same time. To get out of this, you have to be brave enough to admit that a past decision was a mistake. You have to be okay with wasting the money you already spent so that you do not waste the rest of your life. Stop trying to fix a sinking ship just because you like the color of the wood. The third trap sounds like a fancy science term, but it is actually very simple. It is called hyperbolic discounting. This is just a big way of saying that your brain prefers a small reward right now over a huge reward later. This is the "I want it now" syndrome. Evolutionarily, this made sense. If you found a piece of fruit 1,000 years ago, you ate it immediately because it might rot or someone might steal it. But in the modern world, this instinct is a financial death sentence. When you get your paycheck, your brain sees that $500 of fun money. You could put that into an investment account where it will grow into $5,000 over time. But your brain says, "Forget 20 years from now. I want that new gaming console today. We value the present version of ourselves way more than the future version. We treat our future selves like a stranger. It is easy to spend money today because the future you is the one who has to deal with the consequences, and you do not know that guy yet. But here is the truth. That future guy is you. He is going to be tired, he is going to be older, and he is going to be really mad that you spent his retirement money on a weekend trip to Vegas when you were 25. Every time you choose instant gratification, you are stealing from the man you are going to become. This fourth trap is one that specifically hits good guys. It is the savior complex. As men, we are told we need to be the rock. We need to take care of everyone. While that is a noble goal, it becomes a trap when you start paying for everyone else's mistakes. Do you have a cousin who is always short on rent? Do you have a friend who forgets his wallet every time you guys go out to dinner? Do you feel the need to pay for the whole table just to show you are a big spender? When you try to save everyone else while you are still struggling to keep your own head above water, you both end up drowning. I have seen guys who have $0 in their savings account lending money to people who have no intention of paying it back. You cannot pour from an empty cup. If you keep giving away your seed money, the money you need to invest and grow, you will never have a harvest. It is okay to say no. In fact, it is necessary. If you want to actually help people one day, you need to get yourself into a position of power and wealth first. You cannot help the poor by being one of them. The final trap is the just one more trap, also known as hedonic adaptation. This is the reason why even men making six figures feel broke. You think to yourself, if I could just make $500 more a month, all my problems would go away. Then you get the raise. But instead of saving that extra $500, you get a nicer apartment. Now you are back to having zero at the end of the month. So you say, if I could just make another $1,000. You get the promotion and suddenly you need a better gym membership and more expensive groceries. Your lifestyle expands to fit your income every single time. It is a treadmill that never stops. You're running faster and faster, making more and more money, but you are staying in the exact same place financially. To beat this, you have to decide what enough looks like before you get the money. If you do not have a plan for your wealth, the world will find a way to take it from you through subscriptions, upgrades, and little treats. The common thread in all 5 of these traps is a lack of intentionality. We go through life reacting to our impulses instead of leading our own minds. Being broke is often a sign that your emotions are making your financial decisions for you. But now that you can see these traps, they lose their power. You can look at that shiny new car and realize it is just the status game trying to win. You can look at that bad investment and realize it is just the sunk cost fallacy. Once you name the monster, it is a lot easier to kick it out of the house. If you are ready to stop being your own worst enemy and start actually building a life of freedom, you need to watch this video right here to see how to build your first $10,000 from scratch.